Jennifer, and this is Kate, and it is no secret that here at Catholic Mom and Daughter, we really love books that are written specifically for Catholic teens. Because you know how it is, if you have a kid who loves to read, it is so hard to find books that are good because there is a lot of junk out there.
As a teen, I definitely see this. I get really annoyed when books have characters with no morals, or there's a ton of bad language or anything like that. And so many times I've just stopped reading books because of that.
So our solution here has been to seek out books that have been especially written for Catholic teenagers.
So today we have 6 books to share with you that we have read recently and want to review. They would make great birthday or confirmation gifts. While they all incorporate elements of the Catholic faith, they are not some sort of catechism book in disguise. The characters are very real and relatable, and they're going through a lot of interesting situations.
So these books were all written by Catholic authors for Catholic teenagers, and you can find them on Amazon or at the Catholic Teen Books website, which we'll have linked below in the description box for you.
So the first book we have is I Am Margaret by Corinna Turner. I got this book for Christmas last year, and it had me completely hooked when I read it. We follow our main character, Margaret, who has failed to meet the standards of her cruel dystopian government to become an adult citizen, and she is sent away to the facility to basically die. And we follow her during her time there and also through the crazy mission that she takes on. The book has a great message about being accepting of God's plan for your life, His will for you, that was really thought-provoking and made me think about it a lot, and I definitely can't wait to get my hands on the rest of this series.
Book number 2 is called Treasures Visible and Invisible, and it's about St. Patrick. Now, we've talked about this book before in our video about the movie I Am Patrick, but in case you missed that on St. Patrick's Day, we don't want you to miss this book. It is a collection of short stories by the authors over at Catholic Teen Books, and the first short story is actually about St. Patrick himself and something that he owned. So this relic of St. Patrick is passed down in each story. They're all set in different time periods. So it's fun to read each one and try to think about, well, where is that relic of Patrick going to show up? Who's going to have it? What's going to be the story about it this time? Towards the end of the book, there is a story that has a guy named Pat in it, and we both read it, and then later on we both looked at each other and said, was that St. Patrick or was that just a guy named Pat? So that was kind of fun to think about. And the last story in this book is set in the future. It is set in Margaret's world from I Am Margaret. So that was another fun tie-in between 2 completely different books. So one of the things I really enjoyed about this book is that it spurred us finally to get a copy of a book that St. Patrick wrote himself, his Confession, and we had read bits and pieces of it, but never the whole thing. So after reading this, we were highly motivated to get our hands on Patrick's own words, so that was an added bonus.
Book number 3 is Where You Lead by Leslie Wall. This book follows 2 teenagers, Nick and Eve, who meet in Washington, D.C. and get involved in a very suspenseful historical mystery that takes them all over the Capitol and into some crazy and sometimes dangerous situations. This book makes an excellent point about how God can use pretty ordinary people like you and me for extraordinary things to help others. This one also kept me reading. I didn't want to put it down, and it was one of my favorite reads for April.
Book number 4 is called Unlikely Witnesses, and it is also by Leslie Wall, and it follows the story of 4 teenagers on vacation at a dude ranch in Colorado. Now, these 4 teenagers also show up in her Blindside series, so it's kind of fun if you're following that series. Here is another book about them. When the book opens, these 4 teenagers are under investigation by the FBI, so immediately you're wondering, what's going on here? What have they done? So there's a mystery involved, and it's a lot of fun. It also gives examples of how you can work your faith, talking about your faith, into ordinary conversations and just do it naturally without, sounding weird. So I appreciated that. The story is a little bit shorter. It's only 100 pages, so this would make a really fun summer read, maybe a book that you could take on vacation, pass it around your family, everybody read it and discuss it.
So book number 5 is An Unexpected Role, also by Leslie Wall, because in case you can't tell, we have very much been enjoying her books lately. But I finished this book just a couple of days ago and I really loved it. We follow our main character Josie as she is down on the coast with her aunt for her summer vacation in an attempt to get away from her toxic Minnesota high school. And she ends up trying to solve the local thefts that have been happening, but perhaps gets a little bit further into them than she would have liked. And I have to say that I really loved the message of this book as well. It talks a lot about finding yourself and being the person who God made you to be. So it's great food for thought for any teenager or adult even. Definitely made me think. So 5 out of 5 stars for this book. I really, really loved it.
Our 6th and last book was a Christmas present at our house, and that is Agnes's Gift by Crystal and Jelly. It's a story of a teenager named Jenna who's in high school and she's having a hard time. Her brother has run away from home and that has caused her parents to split up, and so she's in a new house with her mom on their own, so she's lonely. But she has an elderly neighbor named Agnes who befriends her, which is great. But then Agnes dies, which is very sad. So Jenna is feeling very alone on Christmas Eve, but Agnes has left Jenna a very special gift, and that is having her guardian angel appear to her, and together they walk through all 20 mysteries of the Rosary. Now Jenna's a fallen away Catholic. She doesn't really understand about the Rosary, but her guardian angel patiently takes her through each mystery in real time. So they're really at the Nativity and they're really at the wedding feast in Cana. So that's kind of cool. Now this book was a lot deeper than we thought from just reading the back cover. There are a lot of beautiful reflections in it about the Rosary. So it is great for any teenager wanting to dig deeper into the Rosary, or even any adult. And at the back of the book, there is a whole section that has famous quotes in it about the Rosary. So my favorite was from Louis de Montfort, who said, "Never will anyone who says his Rosary every day be led astray. This is a statement I would gladly sign with my blood." I thought, wow, that's a pretty strong statement. Go Louis. And also in the back of the book, there are directions on how you can download rosary meditations from the author's website. So we thought that was also a nice bonus, and we really enjoyed Agnes's Gift. So there you have it. That's what we've been reading lately. 6 books that are going on our Catholic teen bookshelf.
So what Catholic books have you read lately? Let us know, titles down in the comments. We hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.